Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with old John from Pro Craps. Here we are on Casino Gaming TV doing some coffee and craps today. I gotta actually change my screen here. I made a mistake. While we're here live, let's do a thing. I gotta change two things. My webcam is not very clear, so hold on one second. I want to make sure. I gotta hit this button to make it reset itself or something every day. I gotta hit this exposure button, and then it kind of makes itself sharp. But the number here is wrong. We blew it yesterday. I'm actually going to change this. We blew this. We are no longer winning in the. Where's my color thing? My color thing has got to be. Hold on a second. Should have done this before. I know. No cut, no styles. There we go. We did not make the month 4. So month 3 is where we are. I got to go back up here and make that a yellow color for you. And put the target on that. The target now is the yellow. There we go, month 3. Let's put that up there. $1 Million Challenge. We failed a little bit, and yeah, we're back to it. We have to go back to $1,200 and win $200 6 times to earn our way back where we were. If I blow it here, we go all the way back to the beginning. So hopefully we can jam it out. Let's go. The table. I got my rack, $1,200 in the front of the rack here, right here, and I've got my winnings from before, all my stacked winnings. So I've got a little bit of money in the 401. This is the 401g account in the front there. So we're doing all right. Just didn't get the other month set up. So here we go. We're gonna go 204 across, 200. I'm gonna take. God, I hate doing it, but I gotta take that and get 96 bucks back in change, which sucks. But it is what it is. Let's get 204 across, and that's going to be greens everywhere. We're gonna do a little bit. We're gonna channel some wager here. We're gonna do the wager me this. I'm calling this my version of what he does. This is the $204 slot machine because we're playing it slot machine style. But here we go. Let's come out, catch a point here, and see if we can make some money. There's an 8. There's an 8. All right, we're going to be looking for at least 4 hits here in the middle if we can do it, right? That's the goal. 204 4 times, get the hell out of here, right? 6, 3, 9. That's 50 for 1. 50 for 1. That's what I needed. I'm going to put the wins right here in the front. I'll put the bankroll there. The wins in the front. We'll bring it back ASAP if we can do it. There's a 10 hard. I could have used that in the garage this morning on that one parlayed bet that I had. All right, again, that'll pay 50 for 1. I'm going to take a nickel out of here and just get some whites. So we can do that. There's 4 whites back. There's a buck for that 50. That's 2 wins. There's the 7. Okay, so we're going to lose the 204. That's out here. Okay, and the way that the slot machine works is, even though we lost, we got the bonus wheel, and we're in the bonus area, and we take what we won on that last shooter, what we won being relative because we actually lost $100. We take what we pulled off the table and go back out with it. So from $100, we're going to now go 96 across, like so. That'll give me $4 and change. And we're going to play that out. Okay? We'll take the 96 bucks and play it out and see if we can't make this 96 look like at least 200. We're going to play this one a lot more aggressively, right? The 204 you play very passively. It's like, hey, just grab 50 bucks every time. Hope we get 4 hits. If not, we can do this. And now we're going to go more tier pressure style and try and hammer this thing. So the tier pressure way is going to be 4 full hits. Okay, 628. That's going to pay $21. Okay, we're going to full press the number that gets hit. So there's a quarter, 25, 35, 36 bucks on the 8. I'll bring the whites back to the rack. Puck is going to be off because that was the point. And that was hit number 1. We're looking for, again, something to repeat, I hope. Or if not, 4 hits. and we'll reset and we'll half press. Okay, 415. 15, again, pays 21. Full stack. That's going to be a quarter down there. Goes to $35 with a penny change. I'm going to bring these whites back. There we go. Gino, leave it. That's hit 2. There's a 6. That's hit 3. Again, $21. It's going to look like 36. 35, 36 with a couple of whites coming back. And here we go. Money shot. Money shot. We got a freaking midnight. Nothing on that one. Oh my God. My luck. My luck. We got nothing out of it, right? We burned the entire 204. But we got 2 cracks at it, right? One more hit there and we're actually out of the hand, believe it or not. You're actually bringing all that back and you're good to start over again. Couldn't get the 4th hit on either guy, right? And you're playing, it's a 4-hit deal. I'm playing it hard, looking for 4 hits, just didn't work out. Let's go again. I'll take $204 out of my rack. There it is. Get her going one more time. Today is going to be burn the bankroll day, apparently, because I burned it in the garage twice. I burned the entire bankroll 2 times in the garage today. One of the worst runs we've had in a long time out there. But, you know, it was a let's try this goofy idea thing out and see what happens. I didn't expect to win. I wanted a better visual on it, but you know what? It's good to see the thing get destroyed. Here we go. 8 is the point. Let's give me 4 hits. Let's get 4. Is it midnight? There's a 4. That's cool. That's 50 for 1. 50 for 1 on the 4. There's a 9. Also pays 50 for 1. That's 2. We will get to play across again on the second slot. On the second bonus round, if we can catch it, there's another 9. Cool. We can almost play 160 across next time. Like, I'm looking at what's coming back to the rack and saying, what can I play next time across? There it is. There's the 8. That's the point. That's $200. Now, if that would have happened on the first shooter, we're having a whole different conversation here, right? So they're the 204, won us 200, which is awesome. I'm going to take these and color them up. So essentially, that shooter is covered, but we're still down the initial $200, right? So we have a choice to make here. With the puck being off, we can take this down to 96 across and play that out again. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it down to 96 across. And as I do that, we're going to color some stuff up in here. So watch, we're going to go 75, 85, 95, $96. That's my next bet. I'm going to bring all this rest of the mess back, which is how they do it in the casino. They basically clear your table bets and give you back a pile of crap. So there's that. There's the pile of crap. This looks like $175 coming back. There's a black chip. So 175. Actually, if I take this here, that red, it's this. So I'm at, if you look at my bankroll, my initial $1,200 is back. I've got $5 in whites and I got $96. So we're up $100, which is what you'd expect, right? We hit the thing and went up $100. Now we just got to turn this 96 into 100, right? Double it up and we're out of here. Easier said than done, as you can well imagine, but let's do it. The tier pressure will do that for us. If I can catch the 4 hits in here, the tier pressure will get us out of it. If not, we're at 0. We'll just start again. There's a 5. That's the point. There's a 10. Cool. That pays $27. That's a stack. Goes to 40. Again, we're looking for either one thing to hit twice or 4 individual numbers. There's an 8. So that pays 21. Looks like 36. With 3 change. That's hit number 2. There's the 7, so we don't get it. Reset and try again. all or nothing, right? It's all or nothing here. But when it works, it'll be a nice, easy one. $204 coming out. Okay, here we go. New point. There's a 10, 6, 4, 10 on the end. Let's get it. Come on there, dude. There's an 8. Cool, 50 bucks. $54. There's that. There's a 7, so we got nothing. Golly. Come on, man. I like starting my show off with this challenge every day, but on days where it takes too long, it takes our talk time away, which kind of sucks. All right, there's that. All we got here is 50 bucks to play with. We have 54 actually, so I can do 54. Boy, oh boy, what can I do with 54 bucks? Not a whole lot. I can go 44 in and pick a side. 44 in, and I'll pick the 10, I guess, right? And that's our $54 that I have. That's it. I have $1 left. So we're chasing like a, you know what? Here we go. Oh yeah, 11 yo. Grinding, man. Today's not been my day at all. Today's not been a good day for me. 5, 8. All right. Again, I'm gonna be aggressive dude here. 24 or $14. Looks like 24. Actually, I'm gonna make it look like 25. I'm gonna make it an actual quarter. There's a 4, which we're not on. Of course, I picked the wrong one because I'm so lucky, right? There's a 9, that's 14. That'll pay 15 for one of our dollars here. That'll be a quarter. There is a 5, that's the point. I'll take my last $1 and make that a quarter. That's 3 hits. Puck is off. There's an 8, 5, 3. That's our point. Come on. And there's a 10. All right. Well, that's not great, but it'll be what it is. That pays 18 bucks. Now, where we got to here was enough money to pull something back and spread out. 8 goes back down to 12. I'm going to take 30 bucks here. 50 bucks to the rack. I'll take 30 and go 10, 20, 30 with it. And I've regressed down to, that was the point, is 8. I've regressed down to 64 across. I have 50 bucks in the rack. And now we'll do like a little halfway press here for a while. So 9, that's gonna pay 14 bucks. I'm gonna make it look like 20. Maybe I'll G-money it, I don't know. There's a 10. That pays 18 bucks. We'll do 20 for 2. I'll press it half and I'll pull half. Oh, God, 7. No traction at all. All right, so our little whatever safety play, the bonus play, brought us back a couple greens. No biggie. All right, we'll do this again. $204. That would change. Sorry that's taken so long. I would have loved to have gone back there and talked to you about the ATS and how wonderful it is and how great the Iron Cross is. I have all these great plans today, but unfortunately, the dice have other things in mind for you. You're going to get to watch me flail around here like an idiot. There we go. Puck's off. 9. Come on. 8. Here's 50 for 1. There's a 5. Another 50 bucks for $1. That's cool. That's good. And there's the freaking 7. So again, we cannot get our 4th hit, even a 3rd hit this time. Just gonna scrounge around here Looking for scraps. We're playing for scraps today. God, take the $100, $4 change. Just playing for peanuts over here. 96 across. I like the idea of getting 2 cracks at the apple here. For every $200, you get 2 cracks at it, but I can't get any of the bites of these apples to pay me anything. So I'm just gonna flail around. There's a 7 on the come out. How about a run? I think in the garage today, my longest roll was 7, and it was like 4 horn numbers. Like the same thing is happening in here today. We're just not getting any goodness at all. There's $21. Looks like 36. Let's get tier pressure to work once today, huh? 9, sweet. $21. Just gonna pump it right up. $35. That'll pay 50 for 1 again. I like getting the 5 and 9 right up to that $35 level if I can pull it off. There's the 10. All right, $27. Looks like 40. That's our 3rd hit. We need one more to reset the regression, right? There's an 8. Of course, we don't get one of the ones we're pressed up on, but that's okay. That'll pay 21. I'm going to regress back down to 96. And restart the process. But I'm going to bring back about $100 in profit, right? $75, $85 coming back, plus those whites that I got. So we're going to be at least playing from ahead this time. There's a 4 and a 4. That's our point. It's going to pay $27. It's going to make it a quarter. That's what I typically do in a casino at a $10 table or at a $15 table. That's my first move. Go from 15 to 25 with those things and start pressing them up from there. 8, new point. Can we get it? There's a 9, sweet. That pays 21. And I'll take it right to 40 because I'm going to try and get a G-Money special right there if I can pull it off. I'm going to have to color some of this stuff in the rack up here in a minute. There's an 8. All right, that's the point. And again, it pays 21. We'll trade the cap in. I'm going to make that look like 30 even, not 36 this time. Bring these back. Let's trade some of this mess in here. There's a quarter. And that's a quarter. There's $50 coming in with all the whites and reds because the bank is a little low in chips. There's $50. Okay. Let's keep at it. 5. Sweet. All right, 21. Make it look like 20. Actually, we're going to 35, right? We'll go right to 35 because why not? Let's do it. Oh, crap. What's the point? That might have been the point, actually. I might have just set the point there. I think that was the point. I don't freaking know. Now I'm lost. Doesn't matter. 7 out anyway. I think I probably owe the world $20 somewhere along the line. All right. So we burned it there, but we got a little bit of money back in the rack. Let's do a quick check of the rack and see how far we did get. Over here, I've got $200 in green and 3. I'm going to borrow $1 from my partner and go 204 across again. Make this our last run because I want to get to other things with you. We'll get to where we get to here and call it. Not a great job today. There's a 6, 4, 10. There's an 11. Come on. Come on. Nope. 7 out. And that's actually half the bankroll. So we're actually, well, almost half. We're at $700 in the rack. So we failed again to get it. That's the rule. You fail at the level. We're at $600, $700 out of $1,200. Yeah, we're basically 50% loss. We can't have less than 50% or less in the rack and stay at the level. We have to go back to month 1 now. So I got to reset the whole freaking thing and go back to month 1. So 2 fails in a row. 2 fails in a row, man. Buckeye, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the other part of the show here and say hi. Is anybody still watching after that crazy debacle? All right, here we go. I see some questions here from Dan. Can people still donate? Yes, of course they can. CrapsForTheCure.com is still up and running. Go there. I think only the donate button works. You can't buy tickets. You can't bid on auction items, but the donate button works. So yes, for sure, donate. That'll be up till the end of the year. So we're going to keep the Craps for the Cure site up through the end of December. So, you know, we didn't quite make our actual goal of 40,000, but we did get 28 so far. So we're a little short. We can keep rolling for it for sure. Let's see what else is happening here. What time is it? It's 8:30. God, I burned a half an hour losing my shirt today. And I'll tell you what, in the garage this morning, whew, terrible. Okay, here we go. Duracell says add the DP to the play, and it's 204 minus the point. Sure. Question for you though, maybe text is a better place for it, but let's go with the $1,200 bankroll that we have, right? So what I'm trying to do is get the hell out of here quick. The DP would definitely work. I feel like I need more bankroll for that, but tomorrow we'll do that. Actually, tomorrow I can't do that because tomorrow we're back at $300. Tomorrow we're all the way back at $300. Yeah. But I like the 204. The 204 is a great play. I mean, 50 for 1 everywhere you go. It's a great play. I'm at 700, right? I guess I can continue at this level, but I don't have the $1,200 to do. I guess I do from the thing. Well, yeah, at $700 I can go. All right, here we go. I have a couple things to just run through real quick with you, and then we'll call it a quick morning here because again, it took too long today. We're gonna Red Cross recap. That's wrong. We're not gonna do a Craps for the Cure recap. We did it yesterday, but I do want to get here. The Red Cross finished up 17-4. It was up $4,000. It worked really, really good. Now, I'm going to contrast that with what happened today. So the way the Red Cross lost was this. We had 3 times that it lost. It lost because the line got destroyed. The Baccarat either works or it doesn't work. And I play it with a parlay. Waylon plays it with a ladder down. Okay. The problem with laddering down is that it takes forever to ladder down. You go up and you come down. It takes another 3 or 4 shooters to get where you got to be. The parlay is kind of it's my way of just getting in and getting out. You need 2 in a row to win that though. And when the line goes south, it feels like the line goes really south. Like you're either on the wrong side of that Baccarat the whole time and you can never catch it, or you're on the right side of it, but you can't catch 2 in a row. And you know, you have a pass line winner, that's great. And then it's a 3. Okay, pass line winner, set a point, 7 out. It's winning, but it's not winning like enough. The line is where that thing lost. The 3 times we lost was because of the line and no other reason. We had 12 what I would call easy wins, like really easy wins, like roll out to the garage, throw 5 numbers, like set a point, throw 5 numbers and we're out. Like that happened to us about 12 times where it was the first shooter or the second shooter that we got to and we're in an easy. So is it because I shot good or is it because the strategy is so great? Like those same easy wins, if I'm playing the 204 like I just played, are also $200 wins. It's the same, right? They're still winning. You're on a right side play with 5 box numbers, you're going to win. The thing with the Red Cross, those easy wins were augmented by the field. A lot of times the field was the quote unquote easy win where I would, catch a 9, place the 9, catch another 9, place and press the 9, catch a third 9, and you're basically out of the hand, right? That happened a lot too, where the field fed the box in the perfect way. And when the hit came, it took us all the way down. So this one took a good measure of strength from the easy wins, which was great. We did have to grind it out 6 times. And the grind needed the line to help. Like some of the wins we got in the grind, we won because the line won. Even though the line killed us a couple of times, the line came back and saved our butt a couple of times in there for sure. So changes and modifications. I wanted to try the 31 on the don't. You saw that today. We got whacked on it twice. Twice today we got whacked on the don't 31. Not easy. The 31 is a good system, but you got to get 2 in a row somewhere, and you cannot go 8 straight without getting 2 in a row. It's actually, you have 16 cracks at it to get 2 in a row. Can't get 2 in a row, you're not going to win, and that's the 31. So that, I tried it today, it just didn't quite work. I was going to turn the field maybe into a dolly play, get some don't come action with the field wins, different things you can try with it. But at its core, the Red Cross is strong as hell, really, really strong. You saw it, 17-4, and we only were in trouble a couple of times, and really the line play. So I like that one. Today I tried something weird where I said, let's do the Red Cross kind of thing, but we'll do it with 3 players. We'll have one guy doing just the box, one guy doing just the field, one guy doing just the line. Each guy's got to win $500. Well, it turns out today nobody won $500. And partially because the rolls were terrible, partially because the cohesiveness of this, where you have the field going to the box and the box going to your rack, that washing machine that we have in the Red Cross, I think is the key to it. The line to me is it's going to save you 3 or 4 times. It's going to burn you 3 or 4 times. It's kind of a wash. It's the way that we're playing the field in the box that makes it work. In Vegas this week, I played this a lot without the line, just because I know that's what was working for me here. It worked almost every time. Like, I was out of almost every hand. The PSOs, you're not going to get out of those hands, but any 3+ length hand, I was out of it because the way I'd use the field in the box cohesively. Today, I played them as separate things, and they were non-cohesive, and it sucked, and we got killed. So I think there's potential in this thing for sure. So where are we at overall with the paycheck? Here's the numbers. The Dolly Latterson lost $1,000. One of the ones I had the most hope for, actually. The Dolly Latterson I thought was going to win good. It lost $1,000. Those don't pass and don't come bets got way too big in that one. And the ladder got too big, and we never got out of the ladder on some of the bad days. The 6, 7, 8 did good. It won $1,400. Did good. It was 18-2. The 2 losses were big ones, and that cost us a little bit. And we were experimenting a lot in the early stages of that one. So the experimentations, we were kind of not sure what we were doing. Toward the end of the 6, 7, 8 run, we finished that thing like 11 or 12-0. And I think I have a better sense of how to play that now. The 3-point Molly, as you know, I hated it while we played it. It was 15-5, showed a profit. It's all or nothing. That thing is like, there's days where it wins nothing. You cannot catch rhythm at all. And it was boring but it showed a profit. Red Cross has an 81% win rate, won more money than the 6, 7, 8. Now we had a bigger bankroll, which accounts for that. So it's double the bankroll almost. So it makes sense that it doubled the profit. So I'm not going to count that, but it's the win rate: 18-2, 17-4, 15-5. Overall, the strategy play was 67-14. 82% win rate on our strategy play, $5,000 up. The excess play is 8-7, which again, 50-50, you're gonna have home runs and nothings on the excess play. Overall, we're up about $9,000, almost double our bankroll. So it's not, I know a lot of guys double the bankroll in one session. Waylon does it all the time on his shows, right? I'm not that player. We're doing this thing 10% at a time, where this is a pure grind, discipline, daily paycheck play. And proving to you that every time you go to the casino, at some point, most of the time you're up at some point. Sometimes you go out there and get whacked right away, but most of the time you're up at some point in the day. Most of the time. Do you have the balls to leave? That's what this show is about. I get up at some point, my 10%, I have the balls to leave. And you can see, when you leave, you can win. Now, again, those losses aren't many. 14 losses out of 80 tries. Not a lot of numbers of losses, but the losses are big in size because we put a lot of bankroll at risk. But if you're grinding properly and you're staying in there and you're winning 10, 15, 20%, 10, 15, 20%, an excess home run here and there, that's how you do this. That's how you win money in this game. You don't win money in this game by going 160 across and, calling on a priest to bless the table for you. That's not how you win in craps. You win with discipline. It's all about the discipline. And all these ways of play have discipline facets to them. The Molly, as boring as it is a disciplined play. You just do it, do it, do it. You ladder up as you go. and you make your money. The dolly can be, or the molly can be a great play. The dolly can be a great play. So our next discussion here really is going to be what's next. Like, I don't know what to play next for next week. Here's the ones that I'm considering for next week, for next month rather. The odds maker, which for those of you who recall, the odds maker is 4-1. That's the one where I go pass line and progressive odds. So max odds on the 6-8, minimum half odds on 5-9, minimum on 4-10. And on the don't, we do a don't come, and the don't come gets set. And again, it's progressive odds. We do more odds on the 4-10 than everything else coming down. It's only 2 bets. It's a pass line bet and it's a don't come bet, and that's all that it is. We do it in that order because the come out 7 ends up winning both sides. So you can sometimes double it up there. That's one I'm considering. The come ladder, I love the come ladder. That thing works well. A little boring sometimes, but it's a winner. The 204 slot machine that I just played is up for grabs at a $2,500 bankroll. That's a play that we can make for sure. With or without the don't pass, it becomes more of a 6, 7, 8 that way, but we can talk through it. The storm is up for grabs, and of course the headless horseman's up for grabs. So those are all ones that at a $2,500 bankroll, I think are viable strategies for us to play. The horseman can actually be played with black chips at that level. We can almost go black chip. We can go black and then 50-50-50 on the horseman and take 10 cracks at it. So think about what you want to see, what we should do here. Ian wants a squeeze play. I'm not a big fan of the squeeze play, frankly. Call me silly, but the 204 is better than the squeeze play. And I'll give you the example here, and I'll show you why I think that. Let me go to the table, because I was going to ask David this about, and that's why I started down that road with him. But if you look at the squeeze play, right? Let's take a look at it. Squeeze play versus the 204. Squeeze play is 220 at risk, right? We know already how hard it is to get 2 hits at all, let alone 2 inside hits. 2 inside hits is really tough to get, versus the 204, which is less risk, not much, but it's less risk. But I have extra coverage. I pick up 6 numbers with the 4 and the 10 on the 204, and I'm out of here in 2 rolls. Now the goals are different. Okay, with the squeeze play, you get paid $70, right? And you're going to spread it out to the 4 and 10. If you catch an inside hit, let's just roll it. Let's roll the dice. We got 7 on the come out. Let's just see if that can even happen first. 7 on the come out. 7 on the come out. 8. Okay, points 8. We catch a 5, so both players are going to win, right? There's the squeeze play spreads out. The other guy takes his $50. Okay, lucky for us, we catch the second 5. Squeeze play wins another $70, and the squeeze play guy is going to come down to 160 across. Which again, that's a nice miracle when that happens, right? We love when we get our hits like that. Let's see where he's at. He's at 160 across with 150, $200 in his rack. Okay, the squeeze play puts you at 160 across, but you're minus 20. The 204 right now on that $50 hit is completely out of the hand. He's not behind at all in 2 hits. Okay. Out of the hand, playing with 96 across. So the spread is different. You have a different spread. You're at 96 across. I'm out of reds already, right? 96 across, which is a good, again, $15 table. You're at minimum, which is cool. And you got $4 in profit. So he's chasing 20. He's good in 2 hits. Okay, and your table exposure is a little bit less, right? The squeeze play's problem is the 4 and 10. How many times have you been inside and watched people hit the 4s and 10s around you? 4s, 10s, fields, and all the other crap that's happening around you, you don't get it. The squeeze play, when I ran it for Paycheck as a test run, which we did a test run of it. And in that test run, I think it went 2 and 2. Right, we lost twice and won twice. And the reason why we lost is because, again, rolling 4s, 10s, and horns, you're not getting the inside hits. It's the same as the skill 66, right? The skill 66 fails about 35% of the time. So does the squeeze play, right? And when you're going to be a 35% failure in a strategy going into it, it's a hard one for me to get behind. That's why I like the Storm, the slot machine, the Come Ladder to some degree a little better. So we can definitely have some voting. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a little vote on that. I did the color Molly. We did that as part of the 3-point Molly. For one whole week, I did a kind of a press up. If you think I had the levels wrong, Victor, go ahead and drop me a Slack or a Discord note. What levels you want me to play it at instead of what I did. How you play the color up, that's great. The Grim Reaper, remember the Grim Reaper, AZ? That thing went 2 and 3. I did the Grim Reaper as a paycheck play. It was 2 and 3 and it lost like 6K. That was a brutal one. I don't know what happened, but that thing got crushed. That's off the list as one I would ever try again. Brutal. James Newberry wants me to try the 31 with 1 loss per shooter. So you take that break, you get beat, you take a break, go back out again. For sure. Now remember if you're on the don't, you're always losing on it. It's always a new shooter. But yeah, that's the come outs are where you get crushed there. So yeah, send me the your notes on the color up Molly. What progression did you use, Victor? And I'll consider it. What I'm going to do next week is next week will be a full week of testing like we did this past time. I'll give each of them a day. We'll look at them. We'll see which one we think is the right one for our bankroll size, and then I'll make the call for the month. So we'll try them all out and do that. So the sisters, again, it's okay as long as you're across, it's okay. They're all the same. Like the sisters thing. When I do the Iron Cross at the $25 level on a $10 table, it's what I'm doing, right? The 6 and 8 hit for $36. They come down to 18 each. We bring them both down. You basically having the sisters on the 6 and 8. The 5 plays independently. So the field gets you the 9. The 5 hits, it comes down to half, and now you've done effectively the sisters thing through an Iron Cross. It's the same, and it works. It works okay. As long as you're across to get there, you're good. If you're going to be just inside, you're going to get torched, and that's the problem. Inside only play to me is worse than a cross play, in my experience. Like, I know the math of it and all that stuff. It supports the foreign whatever. When you're playing only the inside or only the outside, you get destroyed because the dice find your hole. I'd rather go out there with more money and no holes and play a shorter game than a longer game. So anyway, there's that. So I want to talk really quick about this and give you some food for thought. These things are going to come around. Actually, I'm going to be on a live stream with Ryan from Mark the Point, probably tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll see schedule wise. But these are some of the things that we want to talk about. The ATS. Am I coming around to the ATS? No, maybe. I still think that it's a bad bet. Overall, it's a bad bet. Again, this weekend or this week in Vegas, I saw over 100 shooters. I saw 5 legs get hit. So yeah, 1 out of 30. It beat the 1 out of 30. So you can say that if you're beating the 1 out of 30 average, it's a good bet, right? If you're in that stretch where you're not, it's a terrible bet. Every casino now is forcing you to play the line, which sucks. So I was watching Jacob from Wage Me This's stream last night. Him and Jake from Square Pair did a football stream last night, and we got into it. Not got into it, but I got them talking about the ATS. I think somebody said, and I made a joke, and we started talking about it in the chat. And he said, the way to play the ATS is not to just go out there. And like the analysis that I did of that thing, why it's such a bad bet, is if you go at $15 pass line bet and 555, which is what the casino wants you to do. They force you into that role, right? If that's what they're doing to you, you're going to get crushed. If it's always 15 and 555, they get gobbled up, right? The pass line wins, the 7 winners gobble up because you got to replace your action up top. And that not getting your 7 action on the come out is a soul crusher. It's the way that you play the line along with the ATS and the way that you progress the ATS. So talking to Jacob a little bit, I went, you know what? Let me just do, what does a progressive ATS look like? Yeah, Garvis is making tomorrow night. If Ryan and I did it, we would do it at 4. So before Jeff and Ed, not after Jeff and Ed. We would do it before, like a pregame show kind of a thing. So we'll figure that out. Anyway, the ATS. Check this out. I did a little thing this afternoon, or yesterday afternoon, and here is a spreadsheet. Let me go ahead and change my screen. I want you to see this. This is actually kind of interesting. Let's see here. Can I collapse the right side of this thing? I don't know. I want to zoom in as best as I can for you. Can I get rid of this? Probably not. Let's see. Let's make that like this. Let's zoom this in a little bit. This is showing you a progressive ATS. And I can't really get this any bigger. God darn it. Hold on. Let's make the font bigger so you can see it. It's gonna. There we go. Let's do this here. Make these a little wider for you. There. Okay. If you progressed your bet, let's say that you did like a level 1 bet. Okay. 1-1-1 on the ATS. And let's also say that your pass line bet was bigger than your ATS. And here's the kind of the key to this thing, right? So your pass line bet is bigger than your ATS. If you want to play for the ATS, like just be a DGen and let's just go for the whole damn thing, right? Picture a world where you have a $10 pass line bet and a $3 ATS, 1-1-1. Okay. Your total ATS risk is why did it say $2? It should be $3. Oh. A3 should be B3. Hang on a second. That's the wrong formula. B2. It should be equals B2. Okay, there you go. So you would win if you hit one leg, your net is $27. Okay, but you got $3 at risk. And you think about you have $3 at risk here, plus your $10 pass line bet. So you have $13 at risk. So Jacob's like, you know what you got to do is make sure that your box play wins you $13. Right? So put enough money, like go 64 or 44 inside or 64 across, take one hit, which pays $14. That covers your pass line and it covers your ATS. All the bets come down and you wait the rollout. And that's it, right? Okay, you don't win the ATS. The next time you go up by $3. Now it's 2-2-2. Now you have $9 at risk, again with a $10 pass line bet, so 19 at risk. Maybe you take 2 hits up in the box to cover the $19, right? You don't win the ATS, come back with just $1 increments. 333, 444, 555, 666, blah, 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 all the way up. Every time you don't win the ATS, you go up by $1 on the ATS. Your total risk, again, that you're stacked up here, $63. If you lose that, you're at 63 in total risk, right? You got to keep track of this. You got to win at some point $63, or you got to win your $18. Every roll, you got to win whatever you got out there on the ATS, plus your pass line bet. Your pass line bet should always be higher than your ATS. So if you're at a $15 ATS, you should be at $25 pass line, right? 18, 25, 21, 25, 24, get to a $30 pass line bet. Always have your pass line higher than your ATS. So the come out sevens, put money in your rack and cover you so that, okay, let's say I'm at $24, I have a $30 pass line bet. That's awesome, right? We get a come out 7 or an 11. Now my pass line bet's paid for plus $6 of the ATS. Now I have an $18 risk. My box bets just got to win $18 and I can turn them off. Just go for the ATS, nothing else is what he's saying, which is great. Up to about here, right? Up to about level 19, when you're at $57 on your ATS bets, okay? When you're at about that level, that's when your one leg starts to be dead even. Other than that, you're making money. You have 18 cracks at making money on one leg. Then it becomes a negative for you. But when you crack the full ATS, and this is really the wrong, this should be this plus 2 of these is what the actual number is here. When you crack the full ATS and you're progressing like this, look at the money, right? You can really make some good cash if that's all you're doing is progressing your ATS losses by $1 each as you go through with a pass line bet big enough to cover it. Even here, $90, $100 pass line bet, right? And again, come out 7, come out 11, covers your ATS, a little bit of profit in the rack, And again, you're always looking to make sure that your next box hit covers your ATS action. Done, right? You would totally crap check at that level, right? This is the way to play the ATS. And Jacob brought that up last night. I'm like, yeah, if you progress $1 units as you go, and your pass line bet covers the ATS plus a little bit, so the come out 7s and 11s net you money, especially the 7s net you some money, right? Great. $25 pass line, 666 AT or a 666 ATS, that's great. Come out 7 wins you $4. When they set a point, you got to win $24. Cover that ATS action with your box play. Be done with it. Then who cares? You can lose the 7 out. If you have $5 in your rack after the 7, you don't care because all you're caring about is ATS. I can see that as being a play. I'm playing that on tomorrow morning. This is tomorrow morning's Friday Follies. We're going to do it tomorrow morning. That's how you do it. You got to put math behind this thing. You cannot play the ATS 555 pass line bet every single time and pray to God that Adam G is at the table throwing numbers. You cannot play it that way. You cannot spray and pray and hope to God that somebody's going to have a miracle, right? You play the ATS with a tactical look at it, progress, cover, and you go in it with that level. I can see this working. And if I'm got a bigger bankroll, this is 555 at the first one, and it's 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, 25, you know what I'm saying? You go up by $5 units if you have a bigger bankroll and you can support it. But again, make sure that your line play and your box play covers what your ATS play is, and you can actually be kind of okay. Not fully okay, but kind of okay. If you're not doing that, plus all the other bullshit that we tend to do, having the whole box covered and pressing to the ceiling. If your box play is designed to only win enough money to cover what you got on the ATS and your pass line, right? You catch a come out at 7 or 11 on the pass line, you're good. The pass line bet's covered. Just win in the box enough to cover your ATS bets and stop playing. And just go for it. It's like me, when I find a repeater bet table, that's all I play. It's a pass line bet and it's the repeater bets. And I just play the repeaters. I don't think about nothing because you're looking for the home run, right? That's a home run or bust kind of a deal. And the repeater bets to me are very hittable, more hittable than the ATS is. So to me, that's the best thing you can find. All right, there's that. The sacrificial role I want to talk about too. And I only got a few minutes, but I want you to think about this, right? The sacrificial role is what Dan Tana calls it. He's the inventor of the Butterberg. That's let him set a point, let him roll the dice one time. Wait till you see one box number before you turn your bets on. Again, it's gambler's fallacy. We've talked about this before. The math does not support that. If you're not playing, you're not playing. And when you turn your bets on against the average roller, 1 out of 6 times that your bets are exposed, they're going to get beat, whether it's the first roll or the third roll. It doesn't matter where you jump into the game. You're now exposed. You have a 1 in 6 chance of losing that bet. But that's law of big numbers. That is over 100,000 shooters that I've tracked. It doesn't support taking a roll off, right? 100,000 shooters does not support the 5 count. It's a stupid thing to do. However, when you're at the table and you bought in for $1,000 and you're down to 400 because you got whacked on a bunch of stuff, and the guy at the end of the table who's shaking them and throwing them overhand as hard as he can, you go, oh my God, what am I going to do here? I give that guy a roll. I'm going to see if that wacko can get a number, right? I'm not going to not the fact that he can get a number because he's good at doing that. I'm so scared of, just getting beat by the 7 early on a guy like that, on that completely random huck 'em and chuck 'em thing. I'm just not going to put my money at risk right then. I'll just take a breath and go out there again. That works. I mean, a lot of people in Vegas, if we were talking about, hey, after Dice Coach said that, I went and tried it. They're like, man, that saved me like 16 times. Good for you. I mean, it's great. I don't know that I'm a believer in it, but I can tell you this, in the short game, when you're at a table for a total of, let's say, 16 shooters, twice around the table, all goes around, 16 shooters. If you go by law of averages, 16 shooters, you're going to have at least 2 of those shooters are going to burn you on a PSO. Probably 2 of them will, at least 2 of them. The rest of them won't. So in that short run of time, if you just waited for the one roll, you wouldn't get burned by the PSO, right? Those 2 times you'd be saved. Now, It does not mean that when you go live on roll 3, they don't 7 you out, right? You're still going to be at the same exposure level, but the sacrificial roll might make you feel better. And it might, in the moment, feel like we dodged a bullet. And dodging bullets in the short little space that we play at is actually pretty cool. The Iron Cross, again, awesome or awful? It's both. It's awful if you just play it. You just go out there, 25, 30, and 30, 5, 6, and 8, and a $15 field bet, and same bet the thing. It's stupid. You're gonna not make a dime. You're gonna grind yourself into oblivion and lose money. If you play the Iron Cross aggressively, where you're like we do, every field win gets reinvested, either pressing the insides or it's grabbing new numbers, or if the points for your field wins are all going in as lay odds on that don't pass, right? Use your field aggressively, same bet 3 times in the box, and then start pressing the shit out of your box numbers, or take 3 box hits and regress the whole thing, come out of the field and start working across. If you play the Iron Cross as a leapfrog strategy or as a super aggressive play and get that spread between the box and the field wider, it can be a great way to play, especially from the don't. It can be an amazing way to play, but you cannot get out there and just same bet the damn thing, which is what I see people do. I'm playing it next to people who are playing it and they're same betting it and getting crushed. And meanwhile, I've got 3 or 4 presses in that thing, spread the thing out, pulled my money back, and that guy still hasn't gotten even yet. And I've already got $50 in the rack and I'm 96 across in the same set of rolls. You got to play it right. You can make it awesome if you play it right. So I'm coming around on the Iron Cross. I used to be this like never play it kind of a guy. But if you play it, like I say, you play it aggressively, you can make it be a good strategy, especially against a random shooter who you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know what they're going to do. I'm telling you, the people who don't believe in that dice control is possible haven't watched enough dice controllers play craps, because I'm telling you, you watch and you play with guys that can shoot. Alfredo and Eric and Jen, myself to some degree, Brian, they're in the box. It's mostly 4s and 10s and insides, right? It's mostly box. They get into these great pockets. All the people who are hucking and chucking, they're everywhere. It's 9, 12, 6, 3, 11, 10, 12, 8. Like they're all over the freaking place, right? That's the difference. Iron Cross is made for that. It's a great strategy against the person you don't know what they're going to throw. It's literally give me 3 or 4 of anything you got and let me get out of it. You got to play it right. It's not a bad strategy if you play it right. And my last thing is this: the short game is got to be your back pocket strategy. You got to have, and I know Gargoyle will back me up on this, you got to have a short game. If you don't have a short game to where you're out of the hand, every hand in 2 or 3 hits, you're playing with fire. Unless you're at a $5 table or on bubble craps, you're going to go 32 across, or on the bubble craps go $6 across and just try for a who cares play. If you got real money out there, you don't got a short game that's going to get you even in 2 or 3 hits at most, you're going to have a rough time. The 204 we just played, 2 hits, $100, right? It's 2 hits and out, 2 hits to 96 across. If I'm playing that thing the right way, it's 2 hits to 96 across, or it's 2 hits and $100, and I can go, grab a whiskey while I'm waiting for the next shooter to give me another 2 hits. Like that's the way you play that thing. The short game is critical to your success. You got to have a short game. So we're going to do a lot more focus on, I'm going to do a lot more emphasis on short game. The long game, how you play the monster roll, there's a billion ways to press and have fun. There's a small number of ways to play the short game right. And we have to get it right as a group. So that's it, folks. I got to be out. I'm going to go check my comments here really quick. Questions first, then I got to get to work because, the Lagerman better than the squeeze play. Yes, for sure. For sure. It's better because you have the outsides. If you don't have the outsides, you're in deep trouble. The Lagerman's better. It's the 88 inside. And I think it's 10 or $15 on the outside. I think it's 10 on the outside. That gets you there. I like the 204 where everything is $50. So hit, out, right? 2 hits and I'm 96 across, or 2 hits and I'm 64 across with $50 in profit or $40 in profit. That's okay too, right? Think about that. 204 across, 2 hits is $100. You go down to 64 across, you got $40 in your rack and you're playing. And you can turn $64 into black chip level bets pretty quick on a good roll. It's awesome. Duracell says it's be great if players were disciplined along with my roles and then review it. Yeah, I really believe that versus armchair QBing. I can publish all my roles as Windcraft plays too if you want them. Again, we got 3,500 roles from the daily paycheck log. You can take them all and play your strategies against those exact roles. That's the thing. Take the same set of roles I have that I've actually done in front of you live and play your stuff against those roles. They are pretty close to the random curve, even though I've had a lot of great runs. We're pretty close to the right distribution there, and law of big numbers will get you there. No matter how good of a DI you are, law of big numbers will put you in the bell curve, or the pyramid, no matter what. But yeah, I agree, Duracell. People should play those things against mine. What else here? Why don't you switch to a lower investment strategy when I get to half the bankroll? I could. The problem is when you get, and here's the thing. How do I answer this question right? When you are down half your bankroll, right? You're down half your bankroll because what you tried didn't work, okay? Which means either what you tried sucks and is never gonna work, or it just didn't catch the rolls that it needed. There's nothing to say that the next person won't give you the rolls you need. There's not, like, we talk about trending all the time, and I'll talk about this with Ryan tonight. There's no reason for you to believe that because that guy rolled 3, that this guy's gonna roll a 3, right? A 3 length hand. There's no correlation there, right? That guy sucked does not mean this guy's gonna suck. My strategy did not work against that guy, doesn't mean it won't work against this guy. If you have the bankroll to play it out, right? If you brought the bankroll to try that thing X number of times, either try it X number of times or have a flip play. But reducing your bet levels because your bankroll got too low is the wrong move to make, because now instead of it taking 4 hits to get back, it's 8 hits to get back, or it's 15 hits to get back. You're extending your time. You're making the bleed way more real when you lower your bet levels. Either you're going to burn it or you're not. So either have a 50% stop loss and get out, burn the whole thing, but keep your levels up. But if you start reducing your levels down to $5 bets, you're just going to grind it away to 0. The casino's counting on that. That to me is the wrong way to do it. There's no danger zone. The money you got is money to burn. It has to be that way. All right, I'm out of here. It's 9 o'clock. I got to go see my students. So with that said, I guess that was the questions and answers. I just did that, and our final thoughts are, as always, be careful how you play. Manage your money well. Be disciplined in what you're doing. Get out of the hands quick. That's why I'm going to be broken record from now on. It's short play, short play, short play all the time, and then we can talk about having fun. But you can't have any fun until you're out of the hands. We're going to focus a lot of our time over the next, I don't know how long, on short plays. We're going to work short play to death because we got to find the ways to play. And if you're not going to play short play, if you're going to play ladder play, you're going to play some rhythmic thing like a molly. Let's talk about that too. The horseman, the molly, and ladders can work if you're not into short play leading into a long play. The other methods I think are where you're going to be. So all right, that's it. Final thoughts. I'm out. Y'all have a good what is it? Thursday? Wow, it's Thursday. See you tomorrow for Friday Fives. We're gonna go for the ATS tomorrow. I'm gonna hit one. Promise you. See you then. In the meantime, God bless. Be safe. Love y'all. Bye.